Here we have the Dazzler. So she had a nice jump out. The conditions were quite poor at Muswellbrook due to the heavy rain. So she actually did a really good effort for us on that jump out in the heavy conditions, especially after the track had only just been put back into action after having their trials and other track work events cancelled due to the heavy rain. Normally we take her straight to a trial within 2 weeks, but she's a bit slower to recover. And then with that in mind and how she is, she's actually grown for us. So we've finally had that big win. Now she's got the height here now. She's just pushing past that 15.1 in the wither area, which is just up in that area up here. So the plan here is, while she's having that few weeks rest, we'll try to get as much condition on her as possible, make her as fat as possible for her return. She'll be going straight back to James Dobie's aimed for a trial. I want to see the hindquarters here fill out a bit. As you can see, it's a tiny bit sunken in that area there, rather than having that rump look. And the plan of all this is actually on the side here, when we're at a 90-degree angle looking at her straight from her shoulder, she is what we want to see in a horse. But when we look at her when she gets her head up, completely front on, she's how we describe her as a bit close all round. So a bit narrow in the chest and a long, slender looking horse from the front. Plan is bulking her out. We can then start to convert that into muscle again, fill her out in the chest, and our patience for the last almost 2 years of patience will pay off, where she's on par with the average horse. And knowing that she's got the spirit, she'll be able to compete on par or above the average horse's level. And with that, we can expect wins at the lower level of racing and then start to aim her for something a bit higher. So she really has been a huge patience game and work in progress. Possibly the most tricky one for this crop that I've had to deal with. But we get a horse like this every so often, and we just slowly grind at them. Horses aren't fully mature, and you see open class racing at the age of 4. And many horses still keep growing through till they're 5.5, and we've still got a fair bit of growth and time with her. Now, the one thing I really like about her now is this shoulder here, nice muscly shoulder. So she's showing us that we've got some nice potential here. When we're looking at what the family has been doing, we've got the family line throwing more black types. We're seeing very high-end sales that we just sit back and treat her correctly to protect our investment in her. And her major value through all this is as a broodmare. And as a broodmare, we're seeing black type on the page that's enough to get horses into the nicer sales for the yearling sales. That all is still a couple of years away for that part of her life career, but just doing everything correct now will protect all of this investment through to where we want to see her in a couple of years' time. Thank you.